Hi guys, my name is Chris, and for those of you who don't know me, here's a little bit about who I am and why I'm making this video and what I plan on doing with the start of this video. Um, like I said, my name is Chris. I've 32 years old. I've got Tourette syndrome, hence the blinking and some possible vocal tics throughout the video. Um, I, as a kid, I grew up. I don't want to say I had the best life, but I was bounced around from foster homes and group homes and everything else, and I turned to drugs and drinking as part of a way to cope with everything. Um, didn't realize that it wasn't the right thing, and it happens. When I met my wife 10 years ago, I sobered up and I started gaining weight, and since then, I hit my max weight a few years ago at just over 335 pounds, give or take, close to 340. Now, what started me on wanting to lose weight was my dad. Um, I got a message from his wife saying that he was in the hospital and wasn't sure what was going on. The outcome was that he had a stroke and a heart attack at the same time. And being, 300 and plus pounds, it got me going, well, I need to do something myself because I want to be around for the rest of, for my kids and be able to watch them go to college and get married and have grandkids or kids themselves. So, uh, with that being said, I started biking. I had a bike that my father-in-law had bought at I think Value Village or something. Anyways, I got this bike. I started riding it, and I was like putting on the first day. I think I did a lap around town, which was like 5 kilometers, and then I'd push further and harder and further. I did the loop probably for about a month, and then I started doubling them up and pushing for out of town rides and stuff like that. And then I found P90X and I started doing that. And I mean, the weight just came pouring off. In 6 weeks, I lost 40 pounds. And then I hurt myself. And I got depressed. And I started going back to my old ways of eating a bag of chips and drinking 4 liters of pop a day. And the weight came back. And then I'm like, yeah, I got it back under control. I said, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I started eating right again, started working out again, and then the snowball effect happened. I was hit by a car in August. I got 5 stitches on top of my foot, so I couldn't do P90X. I couldn't do any biking. I couldn't do anything, and the depression started again. And then I also had to have gallbladder surgery that November. So it was just a whole cluster pile of garbage. And the doctor told me when I had my gallbladder surgery, I wasn't allowed to do any weightlifting or anything like that for minimum 2 to 3 months. So I said, what am I going to do? I sat at home and I got antsy in the first couple of days because working out was my way of coping with everything, with the stress in life, with my Tourette's, with all that different stuff. I went from doing drugs and drinking as my coping mechanism to working out. So, there was a big difference there, and I sat there and I was going, oh, I need to do something. I think I was like 3 days out of surgery, and I started walking up and down my front street ever so slowly. It wasn't very fast. And then November 28th, I think I was 3 weeks out of surgery. I'm like, you know what? Let's go for a run. And I ran. And well, jogged, I guess you could say. It took me 40 minutes to do just over 2 kilometers. I had to stop and sit on a bench, and that also included in my time. So In all honesty, I probably did 2K in about 10 minutes or 12 minutes or 20 minutes. And um, that was that. And since then, I've done the 10K, which I signed up for first. I did that in an hour, 5 minutes. And then I did the half marathon, which I did in like 2.5 hours. And then I did the 5K, which I walked with my wife and my good friend Leah, her son Sabian, and another friend of ours, good friend of ours, Melanie. And the five of us did it in exactly 1 hour. Now, the reason I walked it is because a few months ago I decided to go for a bike ride with my nephew, and being young and stupid, I decided to go up a ramp, and well, I made it halfway up and came falling back down on my left knee, which is the knee I had surgery on 9 years ago. So the doctor advised me against running for 6 to 8 weeks. That was about 6 weeks ago. I had an MRI done before, like a couple days before I buggered up the knee, and it came back stating that I've got osteoarthritis and a pinched nerve in my knee. So, with that being said, I'm not supposed to do any running or heavy cycling, and that kind of puts a damper on why I'm making this video. Um, that puts me talking about what I'm doing and why I'm making this video. August 18th of 2013, I am running the Brockville Thousand Islands Thousand Islands Triathlon. I'm going to be doing the sprint tri. So, being told I'm not supposed to be doing any running or anything like that because of the damage to my knee and the arthritis and subsequent pinched nerve, I don't know. I don't know how. Doctors, when somebody tells me not to do something, it makes it that much more that I gotta do it. So, doctors tell me to do something, I should listen. I honestly should. But I've had this goal. I have a lot of goals that I want to reach, and to reach these goals, I have to be able to run, to bike, to do all the swim and all that kind of stuff. So I'm doing it. I'm gonna do the triathlon, and I'm gonna have fun doing it. Today is actually day one of my training. I'm supposed to be running for 15 minutes. So the way I'm doing it is I'm gonna be running on a elliptical. I'm not gonna be doing the treadmill. I will do some road running. I will be practicing some hills because I have a beautiful hill right outside my door here, that I can run up and down. And so I will be doing some road work, but I'm going to be focusing more of it on the elliptical part so I can get my speed up, without having a lot of the impact on the knee, because I don't honestly want to be taking handfuls of ibuprofen just to subside the pain to do something I want to do, like I'd love to do. So, my training calendar and all, like, the training I'm going to be doing is very intense because not only am I wanting to train for a triathlon, I'm also trying to lose 40 pounds before I do so. So, to do that, it's hard to train and lose weight. You have to do one or the other. So, I'm training, but I'm losing weight. My training calendar is here. As for how I'm going to lose the weight, my goal is to lose 14% of my body weight, which is 40 pounds. I'm 280 pounds right now, and I want to be able to say that I can be 240 or less by August 18th. So that gives me a little under 11 weeks to lose 40 pounds, which is not too hard. It's doable as long as I maintain and stick to my plan and my goals. Some of the other things that I will be doing is working on my shoulder because I have rotator cuff damage. So the trainer that I saw at the gym, he kind of laid out a plan for me to do a lot of shoulder work to get that injury healed, and also to strengthen up the knees and the muscles on the inside of the knees from when I had surgery 9 years ago, because the outsides are rock solid. It's just the insides are flabby and jelly. So my starting weight is 280 pounds. I took all my measurements. I will update my measurements weekly. I will also do some before and after photos, weigh-ins. I think I'm gonna do monthly weigh-ins and see from there where we're going. Maybe I'll do it every 2 weeks. It depends on how great of a week we had, or 2 weeks or a month, depending. I will also update with monthly pictures, progress pictures. Another thing too, that the reason why I'm doing this as a video is because raise awareness and do fundraising for a great hospital that has helped us out immensely. My youngest boy was just also diagnosed with Tourette syndrome, and I want to be able to raise money for CHEO. And in doing this with a video and everything else, and we're gonna show that everybody, doesn't matter if you're young, old, can do this. It's Tourette's is a neurological disease, and when I tell somebody I've got Tourette's and my son's got Tourette's, the first thing they think about is, oh, that movie where the person swears a lot, and it just angers me when people are like, oh, so you swear, and it's like, and I want to just let loose a tirade of a blue streak, but I can't, especially here because, well, this is supposed to be family friendly. But I just want everybody to know that we're just like everybody else. Yeah, we just act a little different in the sense that we don't understand what we're doing. The biggest thing with Tourette, it's the wires in the brain are crisscrossing, and some of them, instead of like everything is supposed to be like just perfect, well, a couple of the wires are touching, and with the wires touching, it's the signals that aren't going straight across, they're going and are turning and running down the other way. It's just like a short circuit in the brain. And so when somebody's walking along, all of a sudden they're making noises and flapping their arms. They don't realize that they're doing that. They think that they're just walking. And people point and laugh and everything else. And it really bothers me when, you hear people trying to do normal things and they can't because of this stigma that Tourette's is the swearing disease and everything else. So we'll be, doing some stuff with that and fundraising, and I'll be letting everybody know as soon as the fundraiser stuff is set up. You guys will know. And yes, so with all that being said, I should get going because I have a run to do. How I'm going to do it, I'll figure it out. But I hope that everybody will stick around and watch our progress as I train for a triathlon that I shouldn't. All right. Thank you, and I'll keep everybody posted.